So I want to let you know, for me, I offer office hours, and a lot of people like to talk to me. I've been doing this for nearly 20 years. I'm known as the Dear Abby of publishing, and I'm going to give you a chance in a moment to ask me anything you want. And I'm also known as the Encyclopedia of Publishing among my professional colleague friends. And so it's just because I've been doing this for so long and have raised up so many different types of writers, in addition to my own career. And so basically, this is, what office hours is really all about. It's about what you experienced when you went to college or high school, and when you were in a position where you stayed after class or you made an appointment with your professor to go get information. And hi, I'm that person. I'm willing to talk to you about what you want to do. I can come back to the other slides, because I do want to let you know that I am an editor. And so if you do need an editor at any point, you can do that as well. You can always reach out to me. And I offer other clinics and all types of ways that you can actually work with me. I'll come back to this in a minute. But I want to give you an opportunity to ask me any questions you have. I'd be happy to answer them.
Can I just talk?
You
Of
got it.
Thank you.
course.
I didn't see the hand. Anyway, thank you. And I don't know why I turned sideways in my. I don't know if you're looking at me on sideways. I'm not actually like that. That would be pretty wacky.
That's
Um,
okay.
yeah, thanks for your presentation, which is definitely useful. My main question
Mhm.
was, my book is going to require a lot of research.
Okay.
It's on the Holocaust, specifically my family,
Yep.
um, and not just Holocaust, the background before it. And so I think I've been intimidated by the research and having to start it. And how would you suggest doing that? I had an idea based on what you said about outlines,
Yes,
outline my research first.
that's
Is
right.
that okay?
Yeah, I mean, basically, I have worked with other people on nonfiction books regarding the Holocaust.
Oh, you have. Okay.
Yep.
Right.
And sometimes they are personal, and their families. And
Right.
so there are two things that I would recommend is one, that you create file folders and digital folders if possible to, as you get different information, you sort of take a photograph or a digital image of that
Right.
information so you can find it again,
Okay.
because it becomes quite cumbersome, because you're going to probably find a lot. Um, Another thing you want to do in your case is you want to create a directory. So you're in DC, so you would have access to the National Holocaust Museum,
Right.
but there
I'm
are
actually,
lots of
yeah.
other
Right.
museums
Yeah.
that you can
Right.
contact, right? So there's the Holocaust Museum here in New York, and there are others, and of course there's Yad Vashem, and there are other places in Israel. And
Yeah.
so you're going to possibly, maybe not, but potentially, you're going to contact a lot of places. And so you want to actually make a document or a spreadsheet. I like spreadsheets personally,
Right.
where you can actually go and you can give yourself the opportunity to list, I contacted this place. This is who I spoke to. This is their contact information. And this is what I got.
Right.
And
Right.
so basically, if you do that, it will organize everything, because I promise you, you'll end up with a big mound of stuff that you basically
Right.
have to organize.
Right.
That's why that plotting of the outline, in your case, just like many others, is very important. It gives you the opportunity to really organize all of those ideas. You know, that's one of the things that I find for many people, out of talks like this, is one of the best things to get them off the dime, because then they can actually see it. Like,
Right.
okay, now
Right.
I understand how to step forward.
Right.
And so
Right.
that
Yeah.
how becomes more of the impetus to actually do it. And have I answered your question, Alan?
Yes, for the most part. And I was thinking,
Good.
and I use a spreadsheet like that for my job hunt too.
Yes, that's right. That's right. That's a
Yeah.
perfect way to do that. Yep,
Yeah.
that's a perfect way to do that.
Okay. Was hoping to also just ask a question. I don't want to take time from other people. What I know you said marketing is like 90 or 80%, but hoping you could say a little more about actual writing because it's not just
Mhm.
going, even though I have a master's in writing, it's not just going to like jump off my tongue.
No, it's not. And so part of what I would say, like I actually do something with writers to organize the structure of their project.
Hmm. Okay.
And a lot of that, that's one-on-one work that I do with individuals. That being said, part of what you want to be able to do is you want to build a thread, I call it, to be able to thread the reader through the content you want them to get. Again, I'm always going to come back to what's in it for me. What are you going to do for me as the reader? You're
Right.
asking me for 8 hours of my lifetime to spend with your book. What are you
Yep.
going to do for me? What am I going to get out of it? Am I going to be inspired? Are you going to ask me for something at the end? Are you going to give me something? Are you going to basically leave me feeling something? What is it
Hmm.
that I'm right? And so basically, you want to build on that, right? And so, like I was telling you about this book, right? This book is 14 years old.
Hmm.
Okay. When I tell you that we've helped single, engaged, divorced, widowed, and married women find the man of their dreams,
Hmm. Yeah.
it's been bananas. And that's why we're actually doing a second edition because somebody comes out the other side of this book
Yeah.
and they have all the tools they need to do that. Regardless, we've had like people with, 11-year-old daughters who were divorced who never thought that anybody would take them with a kid. Like
Yeah.
everything, everything.
Hmm.
Why? Because what's the promise of the book? The book is to help somebody do something, which is if you're that person who wants to do that thing, then that's the right book for you. If you want to fix your car and your book is about fixing somebody's car and how to do it, they're going to buy that book, right? In your case, there are lots of people, lots of synagogues, there are lots of places you can
Right.
speak, there are lots of things. I'm a member of a synagogue. One of our synagogue members wrote a book about her father who, survived the Holocaust.
Okay.
She's now speaking, the same thing. And
Right.
so a lot of those things, I'm also a conference producer. And when you
Hmm.
actually are someone with a book, 9 times out of 10, the person with the book will get the speaking engagement, even if they suck as a speaker because they actually have a book. They've taken the time to put their
Hmm.
knowledge into a book. And somebody without a book might be a much better speaker, but
Right.
the perception of the producer is that you have a book. So
Yeah.
there are lots of things you can do. And the Holocaust space is a very big one.